what is the impact of fat variability on your business? Well, first of all, we need to start thinking about what kind of meat are we considering putting through an FA system. Well, all of you will be familiar with where your raw materials come from. And what we see here is a drawing of a cow and the various retail cuts, or its primals, which can be removed, and the bulk of which often end up going towards supermarket shelves. Of course, in the process of producing these primals, a lot of trim is removed. Also, some of these primal cuts are not very popular on the actual supermarket shelves. So the type of meat that we're talking about is everything that goes from a slaughterhouse for further processing. Now, this type of meat, its value is determined by its fat content. And the most commonly used method to determine this fat content is by eye. And it's called visual lean. And indeed, when the meat is sold or purchased, its value is determined by its VL rating. The challenge with this, though, is that by grading the fat content of meat visually, it often leads to a large error, somewhere between 5 or 10% or more. But what is the effect of this error? Well, if we think about what that cost could be to your business, the best way to explain it is with a couple of examples. One of our customers in the US, a company called Lone Star Beef, who are a slaughterhouse, before the introduction of a fat analysis system, they were typically giving away 2 to 3% lean points. What this means is that when they thought they were selling a 90, that is a 90% lean piece of beef, they were actually giving away a 93. Now, of course, a 93, being a leaner product, carried a higher value. So what that meant is that every time they sold a 90 and gave away a 93, they were losing nearly 10 cents a pound. When you scale this up across the overall production volumes of the business, based on 600 head a day, it equated to a loss of nearly $1 million per year. In a processing company in Holland, where we also did a test, this particular manufacturer was producing a product of ground beef which had a fat target of 15%. The different raw materials that were used in the recipe were 80-20 and 90-10. When we ran a test, we found that on the bulk of their batches being produced, there was typically a lean giveaway of just over 2%. And when you consider the actual cost of these two raw materials, we could work out that by adding 400 kilograms more of the fattier, lower cost material and using 400 kilos less of the leaner, more expensive material, we were far more able to achieve the fat target of the recipe and do so at a significantly lower cost. What we can see is there is a difference of approximately 160 euros between the actual target and what could have been produced. And when you scale this up through 10 batches in a day, as per what this manufacturer was running, it equates to nearly 1,600 euros a day, which is 8,000 euros a week, or over 400,000 euros a year.